We got a deer convention going on today. There are 20 deer hanging out, and he's just kind of, hello, you watch the early morning show? Nope, guess not. Guess that answers that one. That is a lot of venison. Have never seen that many deer. I don't even know what they're eating. And welcome back. It's the early morning show with, well, Cat's not here yet, but who knows. On those midweeks, I've had a lot of comments on, where's Cat? Where's Cat? Just so you know, it is in Cat's contract that he does not have to do the midweek show. He only really does the Sunday show. Midweek shows I film during the daytime, and Cat's sleeping. Yeah. Mr. Let's do a lot, Mr. Excitement. He sleeps all day. But during the morning, he's willing to get up and be a part of it. And I hear someone sneezing. His steroids are wearing off, and he's beginning to sneeze again. This week, we're heading down to Savannah finally. We're going to spend a few days with my sons Paul and Eric down there. I'm really looking forward for this. Some of you have given me some restaurant recommendations. I can't find them. If you know a good restaurant in Savannah, send me a recommendation, or anything in Savannah. There is Gravestone Records we're going to go visit that has curiosities from circuses and other weird things. So that might be interesting. I'm looking forward to this, though. It's going to be a really, really good time. And as far as restaurants, if you have to have linen tablecloths and linen napkins and stuff like that, I don't know. If I like it this way. If I buy dinner and it costs as much as a box set, well, then I just don't need to be there. I'd rather have a box set. But that's going to be a good time. The opening. I have never seen that many deer in our backyard. I live in town, and there is, it's toward the edge of town. There is this forest preserve behind me, though. But, it's actually surrounded by other houses, but it's fairly big. It goes around. And there was 21 deer. I've never seen that many ever. They herd it in winter. Deer herd in the winter, especially later. Come January, they really start to herd. I've never seen that. And you'll watch them out there. At times they'll start to fight each other or screw around. It's kind of fun. Then it came back around the afternoon, as they make their rounds eating. You'll even catch them. They actually take naps. Usually in the morning, I'll see them out there kind of sitting and sleeping. Who knew? So many deer, and eating everything under the sun. So, hey, okay. I want to begin with a few shout-outs on some channels. One is JNEB, J-N-E-B. Well, it's like scrawled here or something. That's Jeff, and Jeff's been doing videos for over a year, and I didn't know that. Jeff's commented on my channel for years. I've seen him. He has this little icon. It has Alfred Hitchcock on it, and if you watch, you'll go, oh, I get it. Nice, great channel. Jeff has a very good personality, fun to listen to, wide variety of tastes. Good stuff. Listen to, take a look at J Neb. Another one is Ben Rankins. Ben Rankins. He's out of Australia, and he has 42 subs right now. Younger gentleman. Of course, I can say about everyone's younger. Really neat. He just did this thing on garage rock from the 60s in Australia, because he's from Australia, if I didn't say that. Good day. And it was fascinating. He's pulling out these albums and talking about them on these groups. A few I knew, but a lot I did not. And he does that. He takes a lot of that Australian music and shows it. And we know all the great stuff that came out of that country. So some really fascinating videos. Take a look. Ben Rankins. And the final one is TCCat Deep Vinyl Traxx. Okay, that's a kind of more of a handful. And he has around 83 subs. And he's been doing a lot of the contests and things, trying to get his channel out there, which is a great thing to do. Again, wide mix of things. TCCat, obviously he has cats, so okay. Not that I'm truly not a cat lover. I got stuck with a cat, and yeah, you dude. Now, as soon as I said that, he gives me those, huh, what, one of them kind of looks. So hey, it's all right. Okay, so that's the shout outs. Now let's talk records, because it's 5 minutes already. No, I'm not heading anywhere, man. First one, public service. I got public service broadcasting. This is Bright Magic. This is their album that came out last year. Now, a few weeks back, I showed my first public service broadcasting album. And, I mean, it blew me away. It was about the Welsh mining. I thought, man, this is really neat. So I saw they had an album that came out last year. Well, here we go. This is it. And Bright Magic. Oh, dude, you... makes it hard. Vinyl, I'm sure that will give me some cat hair on there. That's kind of neat. So, public service broadcasting. They're out of England. This is their 4th album. Again, like I said, it came out last year. They spent 9 months in Berlin. This is actually about Berlin, but about the history and myths of Berlin. But it's about the people that came there. So it's really about the immigrants and that moved to Berlin and settled in that city. The group moved to Berlin and spent 9 months there absorbing it and writing this album. And it is it's wonderful. I really like this. Now, public service broadcasting, their first 3 albums, it's all as fast as they took public information film samples, and so they put that in there. There's the vocals from that, and so they would have this. This album does not use much of that. There's more live singing, and it is dramatic. It was inspired, a lot of the music was inspired by David Bowie's Low. That makes sense. It's filled with electronic loops. Come on. There is very textual guitar work happening in it. And here we go. And I had some live vocals done in German. There's one song on here, and People Let's Dance, I believe. 250 track. Remember, the 4-track recorder was like the biggest thing in the world. Oh my God, it's done with a 4-track. That's pretty amazing. 250. Hey, how much time does that take? A lot of it's just guitars, just over and over. I mean, my God, isn't 100 a lot? Isn't just 24 a lot? No, 250. Beautiful. I'm going to give you 3 samples off this album because it's because there's different things. You have some very melodic. Then you have some that's kind of has an industrial feel. Plus, then there's the singing part. I just totally loved this Bright Magic, and some had said they didn't like this one as much. For me, I did, because I don't know about their body of work, and I just thought it was beautiful and gorgeous. I bought this at my local store, Radio Wasteland. I think he still has more there. Great album. Super happy to have that. Pop into this one, Swerve Driver, after we get Sip coffee. I say when it flies, I get coffee and we can drop some Baileys or something. I could buy Baileys, but then I just have Baileys all the time. You know what? I'm having a hard enough time doing this sober. What would happen if, oh my God, what would happen? All right, Swerve Driver, Mescal Head. Another band out of England, Oxford. Formed in 89, broke up in 98. They actually got back together, I think, in 2008, and are out there touring. It started as a shoegaze band, but as time went, they created really a heavier rock sound, more alternative rock. When they first began, they I believe they called themselves Shake Appeal. They formed, that Shake Appeal. They started like in 84 and went to 89. And Stooges was a big part of garage rock. MC5 was what they were doing. Then they got into Uskadoo, Sonic Youth, Dinosaur Jr., and that really inspired them. They wound up moving to London, changed the band around, and came up with a heavier sound, and changed their name to Swervehead. Nothing big there. There is a little booklet here. What we got? So this album is their second album. Came out in 1993. It is explosive. It rocks. It rips. The very first song on here, For Seeking Heat, it's a sonic attack. There is melody in here. It's underneath or intertwined within this dual guitar attack and a fuzzy bass that's happening. It's just a wonderful album. It's a classic album, and a lot of people have it. I've heard of Swerve Driver for years and never had picked up anything. So I thought, I just need to get something from them. Some of these other songs on here were just Blowing Cool, was dual. Both of those songs, just, massively hard, fun driving. I mean, really rocking. I bought them as I thought it was more shoegaze. Now it's more harder alt rock happening here. Maybe their first album was more shoegaze. This is just great stuff. Out of 93, second album, Mescal Head from Swerve Driver. Wow, really like that one. Mad for Vinyl, Mark, Mad for Vinyl. Still showing some of this stuff that he gave me. And there's more to come because it was a big box. And I just received something from Greg from 3 Dimension Sound. We're going to be showing that in a later film as I listen to this. But Mark sent me this MoFi, and actually was sealed. I don't know what to say, Mark, on this. The Weezer's third album, the Green Album. They had the Blue Album. Oh, there we go, Crease Break. And then we have the Green Album. Now, there was Pinkerton in between, and, they did that second album, Pinkerton. It got really panned. People hated it. Now, it's taken on a much better life, more positive life, but it just like things fell apart for Weezer, and Como, he went into, I guess, depression because he bought a house or whatever, painted the rooms black, put up black insulation, blocked out the windows, everything was totally black, and he sat in this black room for God knows how long. Long enough to write 121 songs. That's how long he was in there. 121. Well, what else you going to do? You paint everything as dark. I don't know. I guess he did it by flashlight or something. But, Jesus, wow. That's kind of scary, if that was my kid, I'd go, egads. This thing's great. I don't think I had this one. I think I bought Pinkerton and go, God, I don't like it. And, you know, the first two CDs, you know, screw them. Oh my God. Of course, it has the big hit on here, which I knew, Hash Pipes on here. But even better, Island in the Sun. And Island in the Sun, the hip, hip, ba 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 bum ba bum hip hip. I just love the hip hip thing. It's beautiful. Overall, this thing rocks. It's hard, it's fast, it just really goes. Rick Ocasek, he did their first album. He produced it. He produced this one too, and it just amazing. I love this thing. It is so darn good. Just powerful guitar work happening here. They just came out, they slap you in the face, and they go. Now I'm playing you a sample from Island in the Sun. You know it probably already, but I just love that song. It's the quiet song on the album. It's so you don't get this hard rock and feel. Sorry, but they say hip hip. I just, you know, it's those little things in life that I like about music. Hip hip. Absolutely outstanding, unbelievable. From Mark, thank you. This, wow. And it makes me feel so fine, I can't control my brain. When you're on a golden sea, you don't need... Talk about missing out. You know, that's the thing. We miss out. And so often you will, on their comments, hey, check this, check that out. And I appreciate, if I could buy everything that people told me to check out, man, that would be great. I'd be making a ton of money, that's for sure. But I can't, but I still check it out and try to get some of it. But the nice thing is when you comment and you're always telling me things, hey, listen to this, and it's opened me up to so much music. VCLT, you send me some, hey, listen to this. What do you know, this is something that means a lot to me. And oh my God, I mean, it's just fantastic. It's a big musical world, folks. And you know, the worst thing we can ever do is just get caught up in one thing and not expand it. There's too much. Gilbert Scott Heron. Gilbert. Goes by Gil, though. I don't understand why. Born in Chicago, 1949, died in 2011. American soul and jazz poet. His mother was an opera singer. His father was a Jamaican football player, so good, in fact, that he was the first black to play for one of Glasgow's professional teams. They divorced, parents divorced at an early age. He was raised by his grandmother till about age 12. Then she passed and he went with his mother. He was an activist at a very young age. He's writing poetry. He's writing books in the 60s already, and really understanding what's going on and putting out his point of view. I knew of Gilbert Scott Heron, but what did I know of Gil? Not much. And then I'm watching this documentary on Apple on 1971, based upon a book that I've shown before. And they played on there, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. That song made me stop. I mean, just, that is incredible. Spoken word over some of the freaking funkiest music, flutes going on, and I'm loving it. I mean, I've made it. I'm not a huge flute dude. It was amazing. The flute fluttered. I mean, this whole album, the flute, it flutters like a bird. It's all over. It's kind of soft and quiet, but it's jumping here, jumping there. It sounds amazing. The Revolution Will Not Be Televised is just an incredibly interesting song, and really speaks a lot. This song's full of social protest, but there are a couple nice songs on here in which he's optimistic. There was When You Are Who You Are, maybe that was, no, I think I'll Call It Morning was one, and Save the Children, that one was optimistic. But you got, Home Is Where the Hatred Is, Lady Day and John Coltrane, The Needle's Eye, The Prisoners, A Sign of the Ages, Pieces of a Man. It just really great stuff. I mean, maybe everyone knows this album. Again, I might be the last one to catch on. Beauty of music. This thing came out in '71, and I love it. There's a nice reissue of this thing, impactful. And I'll play you the sample of "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," and you just sit and listen to that thing, and it is so good. Oh wow. Oh, this thing's funk. This thing is so much funk, social funk. Sly and Family Stone, all that. They had all this social funk happening. Man, this thing's incinerating. Wow.
Will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news, and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or the Rare Earth.
Bill Young sold me a couple albums. One of them was this one, The Damned, Machine Gun Etiquette. This is from 1979. This is a neat label. I like that label there. Cheswick. Third album, their second album, The Pleasure Music, I believe. No, Music for Pleasure. It didn't do well. People hated it. It really sank. Even critics says this is the worst thing ever. It's gotten a better life now. People have found to appreciate it. So they kind of redid things, and they came out with Machine Gun Etiquette. This has a much more garage rock influence on here. There's still some punk, but it's changed. It's really changed, and they come out hard driving on this thing. They had a new bass player. They bring in the like garage rock style organ, FAFSA organ, something like that. And there's hard rock. There's a little tinge of psych in there. Quite honestly, this is a blueprint for hardcore punk. It's an early example of where you can go with hardcore punk. It's riotous, it's ballsy. I was blown away. I forgot to mention this blueprint for rap. This is beginning of rap, no doubt, and rappers have used that thing immensely. This had other punkers listening, going, "Damn, we can go really hard at this thing. And this is great." I don't know, somehow I'd missed this thing before. I never bought a lot of Damned. I bought their first one. Their first album is one of my all-time favorite punk albums. Great. This thing, right up there. So Damned, Machine Gun Etiquette, if you find it, it is outstanding. Final one. How did I do that one? Oh, no, I got one more. Okay. John Lee Hooker here, Country Blues. The Country Blues of John Lee Hooker. This is a reissue. This originally came out in 1959. It was on Riverside. It is all acoustic. The reason why, now Hooker had been playing electric, a lot of electric, and, tapping, adding stuff. He gets to Riverside. Riverside had the thought that, no, blues is to be acoustic. Think Blind Lemon Jefferson. Think Charlie Patton. That's how blues should be. So they made him play acoustic. It's okay. Quite honestly, it gets a little boring, monotonous with just the guitar. His voice is fine. And, you know, his guitar playing's fine, but there's no extra. There's no that zip that you like in blues. And so Riverside just had this thought, that's how blues should be, and that's how you have to do this. And, you know, I did a couple albums with them, thank God, because to me, they're burying the guy. I mean, maybe he'd be popular at Newport Folk Festival there for a little bit, but it wasn't John Lee Hooker, as far as I'm concerned. Not bad, but it could have been so much more. You know, you got Black Snake on here, Tupelo Blues, I'm Prison Bound, Waterboy, you know, okay stuff. But to me, he's not the very best Hooker because, again, just too much acoustic. And we're not letting Johnny do what Johnny does.
Wow me in the morning, wow me all the time. Oh, wow me, baby. Nobody treat me, baby. Treat me the way you do.
Final one. I didn't take it out of its little cover thing. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Greatest hits. They started in '54, actually broke up in '96 when Harold Melvin passed away. Soul, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, that's all part of them. I mean, think of it. Starting in '54, they began as the Charlemagnes in Philadelphia, and eventually changed to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. In the early '70s, they got brought in a new drummer and backing vocalist. The new drummer's name was some guy named Teddy Pendergrass. Then they joined Philadelphia International label with Huff and with Gamble and Huff. And boom, 5 huge hits. I always kind of blew these guys off because if what was that song? Hold on, you know, you can never find Don't Leave Me This Way. If you don't know, this is one. If You Don't Know Me By Now. And I remember I first really heard that on a Family Ties show, and I hated that. I go, God, that's so boring, so slow, so sappy. If you don't know me by now. And right at that time, it says, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes suck. I'm not going to buy any of their stuff. I suck. And I was getting into some of the other soul, but I wouldn't buy these guys. But time changes everything. I really still don't like that song. But this has Don't Leave Me This Way, da-da-da-da. Kind of a disco hit that's just, that thing's so good. Oh, baby, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'd say the lyrics, but I don't know lyrics worth crap. But what a great song. And, you know, there's other ones on here. You know how to make me wake up everybody, which is social political. Again, part of that time period. Let's make something that says things. Just a greatest hits, which is what I need. This supplies me what I need from this group, and I'm very, very happy to have it. And I still can, and I now can listen to If You Don't Know Me by now. I'm able to handle it, but it's not like Don't Leave Me This Way. All right, that's it. Thank you so much. There will be an early morning show, almost live from Savannah next week. And then now you can probably bet for the next few months you're going to get a lot of Savannah footage being added in here. Maybe some deers once in a while, or a trip to Puerto Rico. So appreciate everyone watching, as you always do, in the comments and the new subscribers. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Cat really does too. He's still sitting here just kind of waiting for me to go down so I can watch him eat. Yes, I have to watch him eat. Have a great week. Bye.